Yo, what is going on? This is Andrew, known as Gbp Capture Administration. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like this, subscribe to the channel. It'll keep us motivated to put this content out every single day. So we are here with another weekly analysis. It is October 17th, 2021 at 8:50 in the morning. So what I realized with last week's video, it did much better than the week prior. So we're going to stick with marking up everything before, and then we'll go over everything during the video. So yeah, so if you're new to the channel, like this, subscribe. I'm going to be putting videos out every 2-3 times a week, so just stick around for this golden content. So like I said, with gold, right, we're going to stick with gold first. We did push up and then reject, right, on the weekly chart. So right now we're kind of still in this range, right? On the daily chart, like I said, our target was that 1787 on the buy. We had that bull trap above that level, and then we crashed right after, as explained in last week's video. If you want to go back, you could go back and check that video out. But looking at this right here, sellers are still in control. There's no reason to enter any buys yet. But one thing that I do notice is that this is where all sellers' liquidity is, at the 1746 key level. So down here at the 1745 key level, that's where I expect to see potential bear traps. So I'll wait for price to drop in, come back in, and then look for the price. Wait for price to set up for the buy. There's no real price action yet, so we need to wait for the market to open up to kind of give us what we want to see. But right now, like I said, bears are still in control on gold due to this bull trap above this U resistance. We need to wait for things to slow down before anything is setting up. But one thing that I do notice is that we have this resistance right here. I could probably see like a U form right there, and then maybe more downside from that level. But we need to wait for sellers' liquidity to be grabbed before any buy opportunities are valid. Like I said, we are in this range over here, so there is no bias. So you just want to kind of play it by day, wait for liquidity to be grabbed. But buyers' liquidity was grabbed over here, so right now seller momentum is still present, right? So that is gold. So gold, right? Gold consolidating on the week, right? On the daily chart, right, we had this U resistance. We had a bull trap above U resistance, bull trap above U resistance. Seller momentum still present, right? And then on the hourly chart, we had this sell-off, so we need to wait for price action to set up, for the second wave down. But there's no reason to enter any shorts yet. One thing that I do notice is that all buyers' liquidity can be above this 1781 key level, so we're going to look for a reaction there. We're also going to look for a reaction at the 1776 key level, where a potential U can take place. Keep in mind that this is support of lows, so we can see bear traps to this trend line, even this support level. So you just want to play it by day and wait for the traps to set up. Once those traps set up, measure your risk reward, and then let's get the damn trade. Keep it simple, guys. So like I said, gold, we're consolidating on the week. On the daily chart, we had the bull trap above that U resistance, so seller momentum is still present. We're going to keep in mind of these levels right here where potential bear traps can set up. So wait for price to slow down around there. Wait for price to come in, trap bears, and then come back out for that buy opportunity. So that is gold right there, right? So gold. We're going to go over EURUSD. EURUSD, same story. We kind of consolidated on the week under this resistance level. Like I said last week, look at this level right here for potential bear traps. As you can see, we had bear traps to that level. So if you saw that move on Monday or Tuesday, you could have took like 20-30 pips on that opportunity. But right now, as you can see, we're still consolidating. I do believe that all bullish liquidity on EURUSD is above that U resistance right here, that 1.16410 resistance level. But due to Friday's rejection to that 1.16020 key level, we're still kind of consolidating. So we want to play this by day. But one thing that I do notice is that we're watching this 1.15 570 key support level, which is down here. So we could see potential bear traps to that level again, maybe another entry to that level. Look for support before any entries are valid, but overall I do think that we are going to push to that 1.16410 key level before anything sets up, because that's where all buyers liquidity is. Sellers were over here, sellers got taken out, so now sellers liquidity was grabbed. Now price can move towards buyers liquidity, if that makes any sense. But on the hourly chart, we need price to set up. So one thing that I do notice is we do have this crown pattern, so it does read a little bit seller momentum, but this might be a fake out. So look for the bear trap somewhere down here at that key support level for the buy opportunity, up to that U resistance at 1.16400 key level, right? So EURUSD on the weekly, we have been consolidating. EURUSD consolidating on week, right? Daily chart, we're rejecting 1.16030 resistance, buyer liquid at 1.16410, right? And then on the hourly, we're watching for support at that 1.15620 key level, right? But nothing's confirmed until the bear trap sets up, so make sure you wait for bearish liquidity to be grabbed before the opportunity is set up. So that is EURUSD, right? Next trade, GBP JPY. We went over this last week too. I said over here that bulls were strong due to these rejections being taken out. So I wanted to look for like maybe a sell opportunity to set up over here on the right shoulder, but it never happened. This is what's called a short squeeze for people that are new to trading. This is what's called a short squeeze. They see this crown pattern, so there's a bunch of shorts, and the banks, decided that they wanted to squeeze them out, if that makes sense. So that's exactly what this is right here. So this rally is very weird. This is something that I would stay away from, right? But if you do want to trade GBP JPY, and that's something that you do want to trade, right, you want to look for a reaction to those past support levels. So these past support levels are that previous high, because we broke highs on GBP JPY, so all shorts were squeezed out, right? So now buyers are interested, right? So you want to look for a reaction at that 156.000 key level, and that's that level right there. Right now, there's really nothing you can do with GBP JPY. You want to look for a reaction on this, trend line. Look for a reaction on these support levels, but right now you really need price action to set up. There's nothing there. Price just kind of took off. So GBP JPY, that's just something I really wouldn't try to trade this week, right? So that's GBP JPY. GBP USD, last but not least, right? So GBP USD on the weekly chart, we are bearish. We had this crown pattern. We did come back into value as expected. Last week's analysis, I said that we were going to push up to this U resistance right here at this 1.37520 key level, right, where I could see potential bull traps, kind of similar to the way gold did its move. Like if you look at gold right here, we had that U resistance, we had a bull trap, and then price slammed down, right? It's kind of similar to what's happening with GBP USD. Look at GBP USD and then look at gold. Everything that's been happening has been happening like a day after gold. It doesn't always happen like that. I just want to make you guys aware of that so you guys aren't copying gold moves. But, it is kind of following the way gold is running, right? So, we have this U resistance, right? So I said all buyers liquidity is above this 1.3752020. We did push above that level, right? But we didn't fully close above that level, right? See how we came back into value? So I think we can technically, push maybe one more time, just the way gold did. As you can see, gold, it didn't just push above that level. It held that level for a day and then trapped bulls and then moved down. So we might get something like that. We might get another move up. But one thing that I do notice with GBP JPY is we are sort of starting to form this crown-like pattern within the hourly chart. We're going to look for this. We're going to look at this resistance level right here. We're going to look at this support right here. But overall, overall, we are down with GBP USD on the weekly chart. So GBP USD is down on the weekly. We have these bull traps here right now, so this might be like a little squeeze on the shorts that happened before. I think all buyer liquidity is grabbed, but not quite yet. So we might we might be able to start looking for sell opportunities with GBP USD overall, but it's just not there yet. So if I'm looking for a sell opportunity on GBP USD, all buyer liquidity is above this level right here and this trend line. So if price broke out, came back in, then I'd look for the short back down. But right now it's still a little early, so we need price action to set up, right? So GBP USD, right, we're bearish on the week, right? Then we liquidated position, sell position. Right, so we liquidated sell positions above that daily U resistance, all buyer liquid above 1.37 5/2020 key level, right? Buyers taking seller momentum may come back. Right, so we're at a point where we can turn around with GBP USD and start to move down. So we really do want to kind of play it by day. Look for a reaction at these key levels, this 1.375 2020 key level, right? Like I said, we might push higher one more time. We might trap the bulls and then come back down. So that setup might happen a little bit later into the week. So wait for that to happen. But like I said, price might just push above, come back into value, and then that will be our short opportunity, right? So quick little recap of today's analysis, right? So GBP USD bearish on the week, right? Due to this crown-like pattern, we have bull traps here, bull traps here. All we were doing was pretty much liquidating the shorts from this previous breakout to the downside, right? So that's pretty much what happened. We liquidated the shorts, just like GBPJPY with that breakout to the top. That's exactly what it's called. It's called a short squeeze, right? So GBP USD buyers liquidity was grabbed. We might be able to move down. There's just no reason to do it yet. We need price action set up for the sell opportunity, but we do want to be aware that all buyers liquidity was grabbed, but not fully yet. So GBP USD on the daily chart, right, where we're looking at that U resistance over here. One thing that I do notice that we might get a little bit more upside is that we had this rejection, right? We took out that rejection, so all those sellers were taken out, right? So we might just get another push real quick before anything happens. So look for a support, maybe at this level right here, this 1.37 300 key level. So over there, is kind of like right here. We might find support there on Monday and push up higher one more time. And then on Tuesday, that's when we might get the bull trap, and then price might start to move down. So you just want to kind of play it by day, look for price action, wait for the traps, depending on how things react to things is what you're going to get. So if price comes back down, it traps bears, you're going to look for the buy when it comes back into value to smash it up, right? You don't want to just jump the buy at support because they screw everybody. So just be aware of that. Also, same story, right? If price pushes up, right? It traps buyers, right, and then comes back into value, then you could look for the short opportunity. And that's basically how I play my trade. So that is GBP USD, right? GBP JPY, strongly bullish on the weekly chart. We took out these highs. This is like a short squeeze completely. We need price action. GBP JPY is just something I really would not touch. But if you have to trade GBP JPY, look at these key support levels right here. Look at the trend line. Maybe you could get a bull trap above that trend line. Look for the short back in. But like at the same time, when you see something like this, only go for 10, 20 pips. Get 1-to-1 risk rewards on these trades because they're very risky. They're in uncharted. This is what I call uncharted territory. You don't want to really mess with the uncharted territory, right? So that's GBP JPY, EURUSD, right? We've been consolidating on the week under this 1.15950 key resistance level, right? On the daily chart, we have been consolidating. We rejected this 1.16030 key zone, right? So we're in this range, right? But one thing we do want to look at is this 1.15600 key support level, which is this level right here. So look for potential bear traps to that level for the buy opportunity, up to that U resistance and even that trend line, because all buyers liquidity is above that trend line and U resistance. If we push above, come back into value, then we might be able to find a short opportunity, but that is EURUSD, right? Last but not least, gold, right? Gold has also been consolidating on the week. We called this in last week's analysis that we wanted to push up to the 1787 key zone. We had a bull trap above that zone. Now seller momentum is there. One thing that I do notice is that we have this U resistance sort of forming, right? So we want to wait for sellers to be exhausted for maybe another move to set up. But right now, sellers momentum is there, right? So buyers liquidity is above this 1776 key level and this 1781 key level. So you really just want to play it by day and see how price reacts to those levels, right? So like I could see a potential bear trap to this 1746 key level for the buy opportunity, but right now sellers are still in control. So you want to wait for sellers to slow down for the opportunity to set up, or you want to wait for the sell setup to set up, which can be over here. So you can see bull traps maybe over here, or here, and so on and so forth. All right, guys, that is it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM, Instagram.com/ZeroDrawDrew, or email me at officialpipcatchers@gmail.com. If you're new to the channel, like this shit, subscribe to the channel, keep us motivated to put this content out every single day. Like I said, I'm not going to post live calls every day, but I'm gonna try to do it 2 to 3 times a week. So subscribe so that you guys can see how these trades play out firsthand, and good luck. We'll see you guys next week. Let's go.